If your cats are scratching your furniture and not their posts, you have to do these 3 things. Coming up. Number 1, start by making your furniture less satisfying to scratch. My name is Francisco, and on this channel I help you improve the lives of your indoor cats with the help of my 3 cats. Cats scratch for 2 main reasons. The first one is a grooming thing. Their claws are in layers, and their outer layer periodically falls off, and by scratching they help to accelerate that process. It's a little bit like scratching an itch, and we all know how it feels not to be able to scratch or itch. The second reason they scratch is for mark making. It's a way of showing that this is their territory. They leave a mark on something physical. So how do you make your furniture less satisfying to scratch? It's not by wrapping it in tin foil. That doesn't look quite right, does it? Or spraying some unpleasant scent on it. It's by taking away that pleasant feeling that they get when they're pulling on something and tugging on it. The easiest way to do this is by draping something loose on top of the furniture that you don't want them to scratch. I use this afghan and put it on the corner of this sofa arm because I know that's where they like to scratch. When they tug on it, they can't really dig in, they can't get a good purchase, and so it's totally unsatisfying. It just doesn't do the job. So recommendation number 1, get throws like this and put it over the furniture that you don't want them to scratch. They're easy to fold up when you have fancy company coming over, so that's not a big problem. So after you've made your furniture unsatisfying to scratch, the other question is, why aren't they using the cat scratching posts? And there are 3 main reasons for that. Number 1, the post should be tall enough so that they can get a good stretch. Cats don't always stretch when scratching, but sometimes they do, and they should be tall enough. Mr. Muffin, for example, is, he's probably at least 30 inches when he stretches, and so my cat scratching post is at least 4 feet tall, because sometimes he likes to do that. He also loves leaping up on it and attacking it, which he can't do on a short post. Second, it's better if the post is stable. Think of it like a tree inside your house. A tree is stable, it doesn't wobble. Wobbly things make cats uncertain, but in addition, they're harder to actually dig your claws into, which is one of the reasons why they will choose a sturdy, unwobbly sofa arm over a wobbly post. And thirdly, location. Many of us have ratty looking scratching posts, and we're thinking, well, maybe it's better if I put it in some corner where they won't be so unsightly, or in the back room even. Well, that's not going to work, because cats are opportunists. As they walk by something that's nice to scratch, they will scratch it. They're not going to go into the back room thinking, oh, that's where my post is, let me go back there and scratch it. They're going to walk by the sofa arm and they're going to say, oh, here we are. This is what I'm going to scratch. So you need to put your cat scratching posts in high traffic areas where they're walking by constantly, and give them a good surface that they actually like to scratch. And don't forget the marking. They want to leave marks where they can be seen, not a mark off in some hidden corner. They want to put a mark in an obvious place. So this is the sofa where I sit and read or watch videos a lot of the time. And you'll see that they have marked and scratched this arm of the sofa. The other side, where I don't sit very often, they haven't made any marks. Why? One is I'm next to this arm, and they want to sort of mark me. They want to say I'm theirs. In addition, it's a high traffic area. It's right next to the door. To get in and out of the room, they have to go by this arm. And so this arm becomes a favorite arm of theirs, not the other one, which is exactly the same. The arm of the sofa in the living room where I put the afghan, again, it's in a high traffic area between the stairs and the kitchen. They are going by this all the time, which is why they like to scratch this arm and why I have the afghan on this arm and not on the other arm. So let's take a look at my primary scratching post. Number 1, it's tall. This is several feet tall, more than 4 feet high. Number 2, it's screwed into the stud of the wall, so it's super stable. They can jump on it, they can leap on it, it doesn't matter. This thing is not going to move. And thirdly, it's in a very high traffic area, right between the living room and the dining room and the kitchen. And so they're walking by this portal, this doorway all the time. Okay, so here's some bonus information. Sometimes they will take over a piece of furniture. If it's not a very valuable piece of furniture, let them take over it. They have taken over my piano bench. I don't know why. It doesn't matter to me. It's a vinyl covering. If I ever want to make it fancy, I can always recover it. But for now, they've torn it up, as you can see. And if I want to borrow it to play the piano, well, then I just drag it over a few feet. They use it to look out the window, and I'm happy they can. Sometimes your cat will have a material preference, rope or fabric or vinyl or cardboard. If one thing doesn't work, try another and give them their favorite type of surface. And here's a pet peeve of mine: don't declaw. Declaw is basically amputation. You're amputating your cat's toes above the first knuckle. It is a horrible thing to do, and I know some of you are going to get upset at me for saying this, but it's the truth, and I'm just having to give you my opinion on that. Lastly, if you can give your cat something high, tall to climb and scratch, do it. I use this tall post. They use it as a way to get onto their, what I call their skyway, which is something I've built for them, and I will cover in another video. If you're interested in the skyway, subscribe, or it's possible that I've already made the video, and just look at the end cards for a link. If you found this video useful, please subscribe, like, you know the drill. Thank you for watching.